Hi, teacher, and welcome to the video of my third Robot Studio solution. In this activity, we were asked to do pretty much the same as last activity, which is moving an object to another workspace with a tool that moves. But we were also asked to include a conveyor belt that also moves and is going to transport the object that we want to move with the robot. So in this activity, we were taught how to do that and how to control the conveyor and when we practiced how to move the object from one workspace to another. At the same time, some of these motions can be done at the same time. And yeah, that's pretty much the difference. And well, I'm going to start by explaining the code. So in this first part, I have defined the points that I'm going to be working with, which is the home position and then the pick and drop positions with their proximity points above them. This is just to define the different types of motions that we can do. And then on this bottom part, I have the main program. Well, the code actually is. So we start by having the robot at home, and at the same time that it moves to the position near the pick position, it also starts moving the conveyor to the point. And then this part, as you mentioned in the video, the robot is going to wait for the signal that the conveyor is inside, meaning that the object is ready to be picked so that it can actually pick the object and then close the gripper, move back to the proximity point near to the picking position and go back to home, and then drop it in the other place and the other way around. So once it drops it on the work object in the table, it will open the gripper, and once the gripper is open, it will move to the proximity point near to the drop position, move back to home, and then we were also required to move the conveyor back to its original position, so when it's outside. And this is pretty much what the program does. We also had to configure the digital input and outputs for this position so that the gripper can attach the object and detach it, so that the tray moves with the conveyor and etc. This is everything we had to implement here. And this is how my station looks. We were also required to include some safety requirements for this solution. I decided to implement a safety space for the security of the personnel that will be operating. We'll be working with the robot in some sort, giving it maintenance and checking that everything is correct. So, I mean, this area is out of the robot's reach, so I didn't consider it as the safeguard space. And I added some gates here so that the area of the robot is inaccessible only through this gate, which I imagine will only be accessed with a security key or something. And well, this is established by the ANSI and RIA measurements for robot safety. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how my solution looks. I'm going to place it in the top view so that we can see how the conveyor moves and everything, how the robot moves. Very important again to reset the position. So here the conveyor is moving. The robot moves to the proximity point. It waits for the object, goes down, picks it up, goes back to home, and leaves it on the work object table, and then the conveyor moves back. I'm going to switch positions so that we can see it from another point of view. First, I'm going to clear the TCP traces. I'm going to reset the position, and I'm going to do it again so you can see how it goes down and picks the object. in this window on the right, we can also see how the inputs and outputs are moving with the conveyor moving and the gripper closing. So in the last activity, we only had like one input and output, which was like the robot, I mean the gripper opening and closing, but here in parallel, we have the conveyor moving. So I had to create like the, well, I had to match the times so that the gripper closes once the conveyor is in the position where the object is ready to be picked up, and then it moves. So yeah, this was like the difficult part for this activity.